Okay, I'm going to talk about today about marketing books. Today's going to be about marketing. And I've been publishing, self-publishing since 2003. Time marches on, it's been 16 years. I've also had books, I had a book published by a publisher, and I've had other things published by other people, but I started my own publishing company and I published myself, and I did publish other people as well. Um, right now, I don't have a publishing company. So, one of your marketing tools is your cover. Your cover is so critical to attracting attention. Whether you're selling your books at a bookstore, event, or at a farmer's market, because I do sell my books at a farmer's market, or online, just about anywhere, your book cover is critical to a sale. And because it's the first impression, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So, and the thing about the covers is it has a lot of information on it. Now, here's my latest book. But we can look at both books. This other book was also that I just was reading. It's a tarot book. There's a lot of similarities here. Now, the thing about your cover is what you want to do. You want to look at the best-selling books, not self-published books, but best-selling books by the commercial publishers, and look at the genre that you're writing in and copy. Now, you're not copying everything. You're not copying the title. Of course, you could, because titles are not copyrighted, but you want to look at the covers carefully, and that should give you a good idea of how to do your own covers. Now, I've made huge mistakes over the years. In fact, I think I made mistakes maybe even 5 years ago I made mistakes, and I changed covers to kind of test market them and stuff. And what I think is kind of quirky and kind of cool is it falls flat. The best way to deal with your covers is, to be sort of traditional in the sense of think of the genre, make a book that fits the genre. And you can find that out by just going on Amazon and putting in like young adult or science fiction or mystery. And you'll see what kind of covers come up given your genre. And it's important to follow their lead, because they know what they're doing. Okay, now, there's some things you see about covers that you don't realize until you do your own cover, and then you start realizing, wait a minute, this is a little different than what other people did. Okay, so here's two covers. Now, this is the Wonderland Tarot by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Eugene Smith. There you go. Very colorful. It talks about pretty much what it is. It's a lighthearted, or based on Alice in Wonderland tarot type thing. You can tell by the picture. So it tells a lot from the picture. You have the author, Barbara Moore, of course, does a lot of tarot decks, so they're going to put her name up front and center, which is really important. And you'll see it's all capped. One of the things we all do as self-published writers is we put our names in lowercase. Like we'll capitalize the first and last name, but we put it in lowercase. What that says is you're not confident in your work, but more than that, it's not copying. It's not the industry standard. Industry standard is caps. So you want your book to look as polished and as normal as other books that are commercially published. So here they did. Now this is commercially published, so obviously, Barbara Moore. And then in smaller font, but still in caps, is the gentleman who illustrated it. Now, illustrated by is not in caps, but his name is in caps. Just a small thing like that. You'll notice that a lot of self-published books, they just don't cap the author's name, and it's very telling. You don't want to telegraph to someone that it's self-published, because even though a lot of great books are self-published, you want it to look as much as a regular book, not a regular book, but as a commercially published book as you can, because it's a marketing tool. The titles, now here's a title that is not capped. It's large, but it's not capped. Now this is unusual. Usually in books that are commercially published, they do have it in caps. So this is it's larger, but it's not in caps, and you can kind of get away with that. Now the spine is another way. The spine is what goes, sometimes in a bookstore or wherever, you only see the spine, nice and big, and then you have the author nice and large as well. So that's nice. And then in the back, they have this body, mind, and spirit / divination / tarot. So what they do is this is for a bookstore or for a library where they're going to place the book. So it's important to have this little blurb. If it's fiction, you could say fiction, science fiction. You could say fiction, mystery, fiction, young adult. So it's a little blurb up there that tells the people where it can be filed. The next part is a little bit about the book, a blurb, and very readable. You want it readable. And so this is a nice little book to have because this is your marketing tool. People are going to, when they look at the book, now everyone's different how they buy books, but they'll look at the book, they'll look at the cover will draw them, they'll see who the author is. They will then look at the back of the book, and many times people just open a page. So you want everything to be attractive. You don't want any typos. So the physical book is really critical. Now, I just did my other book. My latest book is Obits for Fun. And this is just a very skinny little book. I didn't want it to be so big because it's only like 38 pages, 42 pages. But I also wanted it to be distributed through Amazon, so I had to make it a certain size. So this is a 5x8. What I've learned to do is I took a painting that was inside the book and made it the cover. It makes it a little unique. It's very colorful. I did the title in very large fonts in caps. I had a subtitle, Illustrated Life Reviews for Those Departed. It's important to have subtitles, even if it's a mystery. You can say, let's say I have a book out there. It's called Murder in the Pachysandra, and it's a murder that takes place in an ivy in the Pachysandra. That's where they find the body. And then I put under it a subtitle was A Hattie Moon Mystery. There's always something you can add to the title that also helps you in search engines. So it's good to have a subtitle, and again, it's good to have it in caps. So I have Illustrated Life Reviews for Those Departed. It's in caps. Now it's smaller, so you don't see it right away, but it's still there. And then my name, and it's also in caps. These are little things that you'll see as industry standards that you want to stick to. And keep your mind, be aware of that. Okay, the back cover, you're going to have your ISBN code. Now, the other thing is, nowadays, you don't put the price on the book because everything is scanned. And the advantage of that is, like when you're on Amazon and you price your book, if you're a self-published writer, I can price this, right now it's at $9.50, but I can change it to $10.50. I can bring it down to $8.50. I mean, I can change the price. It won't show on here, but it will show when they scan the book how much it is. So the time of putting the price on the book is no longer, they don't do that anymore. So now again, I have my little tag up here, nonfiction humor. It's kind of like creative nonfiction humor, or I could have said fiction humor. I could have gone either way with this, but I chose nonfiction humor. It's a judgment call. And then I had a little blurb on the back, and it's supposed to be funny, so it's more funniness. It's a funny book, so I have explanation of the book, and it's kind of like an interview with myself. So it's kind of quirky, but it fits the genre of the piece. So what I'm saying in this video is covers are important. And now when you're in a bookstore, you'll pick it up and you'll open the book and you'll see what's going on with it. Okay, but online, if you buy books online, your cover, if you're buying an ebook, you'll just see the front cover. And there is no back cover on an ebook. If you have a print book online, you'll see the front cover and the back cover. So you want to do a good job with both. And again, whatever you're doing, copy don't copy word for word, but look at the covers. Look at very successful written books and be critical, not be critical, but with a critical eye, look at the covers and try to make your covers just like theirs in the sense of the fonts, where they're placed. Look at covers that you like and see how you can maybe have your cover similar to that. Look at the back cover. See how it's laid out. See where they put things. See what they say on there. And just look at not just one. Look at many in a genre. Look at Stephen King's books. Look at John Grisham books. Look at Margaret Atwood books, and see how they do their books. And these are all commercial publishers that have been around for a very long time. And model your book after theirs, because they know what they're doing. You only have one chance to make a first impression, and people do buy books because of covers. I always feel it's all about the title, but I have been in many writers groups, many writer groups online, and they said, "Oh no, it's the actual visual aspect to it. It's not the title." And I fought with everybody because I fight about certain things, but the title is important, but what you're seeing is very important. The visual aspect of the cover. It's your first line in your marketing is your cover, and people should take care into doing it and look at and do their own research. See as I said, see what's being done in that genre. Kind of take that in consideration when you do your own book. And think about color. Think about fonts. Think about pictures, images. Think about the blurbs you have in the back. You have like, minutes, seconds maybe to get someone's attention. You got to hit them fast. Hit them fast with something clever or a great line. First lines are so important in anything because the first line leads to the second line, and the second line leads to the third line. So unless you get them from that first line, you're going to lose them right away. So your marketing starts with your cover, and the pricing can be changed. So don't worry too much about the pricing. With Amazon, you do get templates to work with, and then you can add things, the pictures and the fonts and the subtitles and everything. Subtitles are also important for search purposes. So because I have this in there, this will go in my book description. So if there's someone searching for departed life reviews or obituaries, they'll find my book. So these serve a purpose, the subtitles. I hope that's been helpful. This is about marketing, and it's about making a title, a good cover for your book to sell it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.